Welcome to episode number 5 of What's Trending. I'm Randy Filiault.
And I'm Deb Hamel.
And we just complained that it's too damn hot out here.
Yeah.
Oh, I said damn. I'm not supposed to say damn anymore.
No, now you said it twice.
I said it twice now. Yeah, I got to be a good boy and watch my language.
Right.
The only time I can say damn is like an Otterbrook Dam or Surrey Mountain Dam.
Okay, that's 5
so
times.
other than that, I can't say anymore. Yeah, I'm getting scolded. So it's too darn hot out here.
It's
my
getting
God,
hot
it's
in
hot out
her.
here. Anyhow,
Yes,
we're back.
we are back.
And we're still talking.
And we're still talking. And just wanted to open the show with some sad news. I have a heavy heart on this one. Longtime WKBK radio host and very conservative Al Koulis passed away yesterday.
Yep.
And Al was a very polarizing figure in many ways.
He had his opinions.
He had definite opinions, which made him a very good talk show host. And he was very strong on Second Amendment rights, everything conservative, Boy Scouts of America and stuff he was strong with, and veterans issues.
Yep.
I knew Al. I've known Al for 25 years. I've been up to his house in Winchester, his farm.
Not bad. You're only 27, so go figure.
There
you
you go.
met him in the sandbox.
Got the whole tour, and I would bring him up home-cooked meals because he was a confirmed lifelong bachelor. And my heart goes out. Danny Mitchell on KBK will be doing a tribute show to him.
On Saturday?
This Saturday. I believe it's 5 a.m. to 9. But heart goes out to you, Al. You
Yeah.
know?
No, on most social issues, I disagree to them,
Right.
quite a bit. But you could have a conversation with him and he'd still be pleasant. And of course, on veterans issues, him and I agreed on most things.
Correct.
So, you always try to find common ground.
And he and I fought oftentimes on his thoughts on women and their place.
Oh, okay.
And what their place was. So needless to say, you
Yeah,
know
different
me, I don't
sort of-
speak up much.
Girl? No, not at all.
Not at all.
That must have been an interesting conversation.
Oh, yes, it was very.
But he had a big following on Saturdays.
He had a huge
did.
following. And he was very active in the Cheshire County Republicans, and he will be missed.
He will. He will.
He will be missed.
And I've heard of a couple of people that might be taking his place on Saturday, but time will tell. I'm sure I know Dan's doing this Saturday, and I'm sure in 2 weeks, I'm sure we'll find out who the replacement is.
Okay.
But, to Al,
Al was the old guard, old-time radio, and
old-time conservative.
old-time conservative, and he did his show Serendipitous Saturdays, and this is Al Koulis, and I always think of in Flanders fields where poppies grow, and that was how he talked, and
Yep.
and things like that. So,
But with you around, we're not going to be short for right-wing conspiracy theories, so we've still got you.
God bless that, huh?
Yeah.
Aren't you happy?
Oh, just thrilled beyond belief.
Okay.
Well, at least I have a co-host,
Well, there you go.
you
Keep it up and you won't.
Otherwise, I don't know, I might have to find somebody that has more sense.
Okay.
But with that said,
Yes, sir.
So what is going on? What is trending in Keene? Today, the City Hall opened up for those that are running for office in Keene. And I was thinking about running for mayor, but it costs $5. So I stayed at City Council because it only costs $2.
There
I'm
you
going to let the Rick Bloods of the world spend their $5 to run for mayor.
And what positions are open in this fine city besides mayor? How many city councils?
10 city council seats open up every year. All 5 at-large seats, which I'm one of, and 5 out of the 10 ward seats opens up. So 10 out of the 15 seats open up, including the mayor's seat. So, you're sitting around, nothing to do. You find yourself complaining about city council and the mayor.
Run for office, it's fabulous.
Yeah, I think you can do better. I mean, nothing to do 5 nights a week, because that's about how many meetings you'll be going to.
But you love
come
it.
on down. Come
You
on.
love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like just banging your head off a wall. It feels good when you stop. But yeah, I do enjoy it actually.
That explains
that's
your
why
problem.
That's why I put my $2 back in again today. So it's open for a couple of weeks, and then we'll see.
Okay.
You always hear rumors about who's going to run, who's not going to run, and then a couple of weeks later, you find that it's totally flipped from what you heard.
Everything's flipped. Is the current mayor going to be running?
The mayor is going to be running. Mayor Lane announced that he's going to run for re-election. And Chris Roberts is going to be running also, and he was actually the first one there this morning. So he put his name on the line first, and
Great.
I'm sure Kendall will be in there next day or two. And who knows if somebody else is going to run for mayor? We don't know yet. It's early. So, it's funny this time of year, people coming back from vacations, winding down the summer things, and now they start paying attention to politics.
Yes.
Just like national politics. People are starting to pay attention now.
National politics, presidential politics.
Yep.
My thing. That's my
Yeah,
thing.
while we're babbling about politics, we might as well segue right into that. Because if you're watching this on Wednesday, which we tape Wednesday mornings, so that means they're watching this Wednesday evening,
Yes.
which means as you're watching this, if it's on Wednesday evening, we're over and seeing Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump with our press passes.
Woohoo! Yep, that and a buck and a half will get us a cup of coffee.
But it did. It got us into.
Will it get us a cup of coffee too?
We're in the
We're
media
gonna have to
room.
push for that.
We will be in the media room with Fox and CNN and everything like that.
Ooh, Fox News. Ooh, we're going to be in there with somebody credible. And you with your sharp elbows. We'll get a good spot, trust me.
I hope so.
You know, we'll bring a camera
I'll just
and
be
we'll
like,
bring her.
I'm short, I can't see. Can I move up front?
I'm sure it's going to be just as polite as that.
I hope we get to see the Donalds. It won't be.
Yeah, I hope they have like really strong fans. So I want to see what happens when a strong fan hits his hair if it really does move.
You know what'll happen? It'll look like Bernie Sanders.
Actually, speaking of that, a couple of experts said this morning they actually foresee a Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump general election.
Right.
Now that would be a hoot. That would be. I mean, you talk about two characters.
I'd like to see Joe Biden go in.
Yeah, I'd like to see Joe run too, and I think he will.
Yes.
Because I think Hillary's campaign is kind of sliding in a direction she doesn't want to be going in right now.
It's going down the toilet along with her servers.
You got it in.
I got it in.
Yep, just a matter of time.
She's nuts.
That's something you know all about.
I do. So I'm speaking from firsthand experience. You know, with Ed from Fox News was asking her a question, and he just kept pummeling. Was it wiped? She never answered. Did you do this? Did you order the server to be wiped clean and this? And so she comes out with another stupid joke, something like, "Oh, do you mean with a cloth?" That fake cackle. But Hillary, not your time, baby. Not your time.
You know, it's interesting.
Bye-bye.
They were talking about how most presidential candidates thrive in the media. They want attention, a.k.a. Donald Trump. There's not a camera he doesn't
And
find.
Randy Filiault.
And that's good.
I know.
That's pretty sharp. And Hillary doesn't. You know, she would rather.
Because she's a nervous wreck because she's guilty. She's guilty about everything.
Okay, Judge Judy, thank
Right?
you very much.
Oh, I love Judy Scheinlin.
See, there you
Her
go.
home is gorgeous. So let's move right along to other topics. What's happening in City Council? Any news?
No, we've got 2 weeks off. How do you like that? There's a segue to lead into.
Okay.
No, it's actually been quiet. We're on a 2-week
So we
hiatus.
got nothing. Bye-bye.
Got nothing. Yeah, see you. We're out of here. That was a short half hour. Well, speaking of that a little bit, the committee that the mayor put together, you know, we've talked about the heroin issue. That'll be meeting in a little over a week on September 2nd. So things do kind of plod along a little bit. But other than that, you know, honestly, it's been quiet. But that's exactly what happens this time of year. You get August, nobody's paying attention. Council goes on
Right.
vacation. Virtually all city staff take the same 2 weeks off. And then September comes back and boom.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
same thing's going to happen with the presidential thing. Even though it's getting attention, which is very early.
It is extremely
At the
early.
beginning of September, this is going to take off huge.
Oh, yeah.
And then people start paying attention, and then Trump will plummet.
Huge.
Yeah, the Trump man.
So your committee on the heroin issue, there was something in the news about federal funding.
Unbelievable, huh? The White House finally woke up, and yes, there's both parties at a fault of that, and they said, heroin issue? Huh, really? So it's on the front page of the other day's paper, but it's like 2.5 million. It's like, are you serious?
2.5 million spread over 50 states, or?
It's basically the New England area, the eastern seaboard.
Oh.
They're still deciding if Cheshire County gets any. We know Rockingham County and the counties closest to the seacoast are going to get some funding. So, you know, we
And the corridor areas, I would assume, like, 91 coming up, and the thing from, like, Massachusetts goes up to Nashua and stuff.
So, you know, it's going to be a battle for the money, but that's just not much at all. The good news is they're paying attention and they're acknowledging there's an issue. So that's half the battle, is getting them to acknowledge it. So,
Okay.
But I mean, 2.5 million. I mean, they'll spend more than that on studying which way the wind blows on Friday at 5 p.m.
They always get money and waste it.
Yep. So this isn't wasted money, and that's probably why they're not giving us much.
Okay.
So that's a viable topic. We don't spend much on viable topics.
No.
But that's both parties.
And this weekend I was in Algonquin, Maine, and
I had that on here. I didn't know if we should even talk about that because
Oh, no.
I don't even know if there's an arrest warrant out or not. So,
Well,
you know, okay.
I'm going to pull a Hillary Clinton here. But we stopped by the fire department, got a nice couple of photos there, and I was talking.
Censored.
I was talking to a couple of the firefighters, and I asked them about the heroin issue in Algonquin. And I says, is it bad here? You know, what happens when you go on call outs? What is the biggest thing? And they said, biggest thing is we go and we've got to do the Narcan.
Yep.
When somebody has overdosed. And he goes, what we do is we administer the Narcan and we get out of the way and go. Because when people wake up out of that, they're extremely angry and mad.
Yes.
But it is big even in that tourist area where, you know,
It's
there's
everywhere.
a lot of money. It is everywhere.
You know, nobody's exempt. You read yesterday there was a house break-in in Chesterfield on a back road. And it's everywhere. You know, they're not breaking,
Right.
they're breaking into the houses to get today and tomorrow's heroin fix. You know, it's everywhere. And no town is exempt.
Right, and this show is called What's Trending, and that is a topic.
It is very trending, and
that
that's why
is
we talk a
trending.
little bit about it each week because,
Right.
you know, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yes.
And with that said, one of the issues we've been studying is how do we get this way? Well, you know, we've talked about the oxys being overprescribed,
Right.
you know, to adults, and they get hooked on heroin. Well, lo and behold, just when you think we're making some headway, the FDA approves a request from Purdue Pharma. They're the company that makes oxys. So then now they can start prescribing a child dose from children age 11 and up. Yeah, there you go.
Mommy,
that's
I have a
going to fix things.
splinter.
Yeah,
Take a pill.
I stubbed my toe. You know, back in our day,
Oh,
you know,
forget about
I'd come
it.
home hanging onto my left arm. Mom, my arm fell off.
I told you not to ride that bike down that hill.
No, tape that arm
You're
back on and get out and
grounded.
play. That's right. You're grounded.
I
but-
told you not to go sledding. Now put those baggies back on your feet and go
Get
out.
back out.
Did you have baggies put on your feet
Oh, yeah.
under your
yeah,
snow boots?
Yeah, the old sunbeam bread or whatever it was. Yeah.
know.
I'd come home. I'd be, I think my feet are froze. They're blue. Blue's a good color. Shut
Yeah.
up and stop complaining.
Go out until it's dinner time.
Jesus,
you
you're
come
back
in
early.
with welts
God.
on and everything.
Come in soaked, frostbit.
We grew up in a good time.
Oxys? No. It was
No.
like, stop your damn complaining.
That's right. We had Flintstone vitamins.
Yeah,
You're right.
Take your Flintstone and go watch TV.
That's right. And also locally, Bedford, New Hampshire was ranked number 21 in the best places to live in the 2015 The Money Magazine issue. The only place in New Hampshire, Bedford.
Well, and it comes from Money Magazine. And why is that? Because that's where all the money is.
Gorgeous homes.
Yep, suburb of Manchester. They commute to Boston. They live
Mm-hmm.
in Bedford.
Yes.
You know, so that's where the money is. You want the money, well, not just the money, but
Right.
it's not so much, a lot of the money in Bedford, you know, it doesn't come from New Hampshire, it comes from Boston.
Correct.
Because they take, and why do they live in New Hampshire? Because they can live for cheap, because they don't.
Taxes.
Taxes. They don't have to pay, they don't pay income taxes, so they,
Right.
you know, come up here and.
They pay
and
the heavy-duty property
the
tax.
property tax. So, you know, you make a much higher than average salary for New Hampshire, and, you know, you live in a more modest home, and you don't pay many taxes.
Correct. I'm with you on that one.
But they get all the city services. But
Yes.
that's another argument for another day that you and I could probably go for a couple hours on.
Right, and talking about addicting things, you know, those e-cigarettes. You see people sitting there and they're smoking and the stuff is coming out. There was a study. Ninth graders who used electronic cigarettes were more likely to smoke cigarettes, cigars, or hookahs than peers who never tried the battery-powered devices. That was from the Journal of the American Medical Association. And I heard somebody in one of the newscasts saying there's more regulations on nacho Doritos than on nacho-flavored electronic cigarettes. And I
Yeah.
agree with that. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's new.
it's new.
And once again, you know, people say, oh, government needs to stay out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But now you find out that, once again, your kids are finding ways to get addicted to things.
Yes.
You know, and now we have, you know, now we have oxys for 11-year-olds. You know, we get the
got
electronic
nacho-
cigarettes anybody can get a hold of.
Right.
It's like,
There you go.
it's crazy out there.
It is crazy out there. So talk to me. What else?
Okay, as far as the little things going on in Keene, what's trending, you probably saw on Facebook, somebody had posted that they heard Wendy's was closing.
Where's the beef?
Well, it might not be there. At this point, there's a he said, she said, yes, we're closing, no, we're not.
So it's an unconfirmed report.
It's still unconfirmed. The only thing I've had confirmed at all is there is a little lease argument going on between the property owner and the franchise owner about the lease.
There's
so I
there's always that issue with
yeah,
everybody.
the lease comes up, they want more money. But it's no surprise that Chipotle there is still looking for a spot in Keene. So, you know, I'm watching. I know they've been looking. They actually wanted to go where the Jersey Mike's is right now, which is where the old
okay.
Dunkin' Donuts was.
Where
They-
Mr. Donut used
Where
to
Mr.
be.
Donut used to be, Mr. Hull.
And the
Remember Mr. Hull?
Bradley's shopping plaza there.
Yep, we can go. We can do a whole show going back on that.
Oh,
And
we
Pete's
could.
Restaurant was across the street. Do you remember that one?
I do not.
Okay, I got you. So anyhow, now that I'm totally confused and forgot what I was talking about. So, you know, Wendy's may or may not be out. We don't know. If they are, it'll be about 15 minutes before somebody goes back in. people are talking about, all these, chains are going out of business. But I look at it as much like the stock market. It's a correction. There was an overbuild, and now the market is correcting. The strong survive, the weak don't. Somebody else comes in. And I know there's actually, people say, well, we got too many bars in Keene. McHugh's went out, and I know there's a proposal for 2 different bars to come into Keene that are looking at spots to go on. So it has to go through planning board.
Of course.
Get their plans approved.
That's it.
So we'll see.
Okay.
Supply and demand, though.
That's right.
Things come and things go.
They do.
We could use 5 or 6 more pizza places in Keene because we don't have many, but outside of that. So stay tuned. It's supply and demand. And somebody actually said on my Facebook talking about City Council needs to stop letting chains come in. It's like,
it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way.
When you come before the board, especially if you come before the planning board.
And you were there. She's the planning board, or she was.
Oh, I was.
Actually, you were there when things were cranking, weren't you?
I was there when things were cranking. I helped to
things went to heck as soon as you left.
Coordinate the Monadnock Marketplace and a lot of other places. And yeah, things were booming.
Yeah.
Everything was booming then. And it's funny because the Wall Street Journal just had a report. U.S. consumer prices increased in July for the 6th straight month, suggesting mild inflation pressure is building in the economy. And then there was one report in the Wall Street Journal that the bubble has burst again in Florida, where I did a lot of buying and selling property, and I still have a bunch there. I'm waiting for the bubble to happen again, big stuff. And then on the other hand, they're saying that the housing market, that mortgages have increased, so more people are buying. So you just don't know. It's just you need to go out and spend money to build the economy. Yet when people are unsure, they hold on to their money.
Yep. I think the economy right now, I think those that have, and those that don't have still don't have. It's the incredibly shrinking middle class. The money's still there. It's just this. Well, as Ronald Reagan used to call it, the trickle-down effect. It ain't trickling.
Yeah. Ronald Reagan. Well.
Yeah.
Well.
And I've joked about it before. All the Republicans talk about Ronald Reagan. He wouldn't even make it through the primary today. They'd consider him a flaming liberal. Oh yeah, they would.
He was great.
Maybe not you, but
Dutch.
A lot of them would. Anyhow.
Dutch and his jelly beans.
You know what else I just noticed? We have a little timer here. It tells us how many minutes left in the show.
Yeah.
They must think we have a 60-minute show and we don't.
We
have a 30-minute show. It says we have 41 minutes left. I know we don't because I can count.
Okay. And we're in the middle of a heat wave.
And it's hot out here. I'm sweating right now. They they love our show so much they didn't even give us AC anymore. It is.
We had
hot.
the AC on, but.
I know. Budget cuts.
Talk to me some more stuff.
Yeah, support Treasure TV. Help cool us off.
Always looking for sponsors, and we do have a Facebook page. It's called What's Trending.
That's right.
What''S trending.
And if there's a couple of What's Trendings across the country, if you get a little confused, just hit What's Trending Keene, New Hampshire.
There you go.
It'll pop up. Well, like we said, we're going to go see the Trump man tonight. And then tomorrow, Jeb Bush is in town. Your favorite family.
Yes, the Bush dynasty.
Yeah, dynasty. Yeah, okay.
You want to go back to talking about the Clinton dynasty? I think not.
Well, it's kind of. Well, then we'd be talking about a good economy, and that's things Republicans don't want to talk about.
Please.
We could talk about
Jeb
that.
Bush will be in Keene on Thursday, holding a little town hall meeting.
About 11:30.
About 11:30 at the Historical Society.
Right downtown.
Yes. Right downtown. And I was at Keene Lions Club yesterday, and the speaker was from the Historical Society of Cheshire County. Did you know that is the only county historical society in New Hampshire?
Really? We have a one and only?
Yes. And also, they have the Wyman Tavern across the street where they give guided tours. They are in the midst of a capital campaign. I think they were trying to get $2.8 million, and to date, they have $1.4 million. So that's really good. They're going to go more into a cultural center than the guided tour type thing.
Oh, cool.
And they have purchased, or in the process, I believe they have purchased, the building next door from Keene State College. It's Bruder Hall.
Okay,
and they're going to do education classes there.
Well, somebody actually bought something from Keene State instead of Keene State buying something from. Wow, that's a trend. That's what's trending. Oh, speaking about the college, I got a report from a couple of former and a current Keene State employee that Facebooked me. All of a sudden, my Facebook was lighting up the other night in my emails, and they just found out that the college president, who is under some scrutiny lately, just got a $40,000 annual raise.
Wow.
It's like, I'm in the wrong profession. How much do we get paid for doing this?
I was just going to say, that's almost as much as we make.
Almost as we make in a lifetime, times 10.
Yeah.
Actually, since we have to pay $2 a week, we'd actually go backwards. We'd go broke here.
Again, we need sponsors.
That's right. Oh, you're working on that. We'll talk about that.
Oh, I'm
after.
always working on something.
I know. Yeah, go ahead and twist some arms. Yeah, we need money. Let's see what else is in the news. So Jeb Bush will be coming to Keene. All of them will be coming back around again. They're cycling back through.
This is, today especially, is the 603 area code day. They are all here, and most of them are here to address an education reform summit at Londonderry High School. But as far as today, they're calling it the Battle of the Town Halls. Trump will be in Derry at 6:30 tonight. Jeb Bush is holding a town hall in Merrimack. Chris Christie, who I really dig, he's going to be at Molly's.
He's not doing well.
Sure he is. He's going to be at Molly's Tavern by
there you
Manchester.
go. Molly's Tavern. Have a good time. Yeah.
And Governor Scott Walker is going to be at a house party in Derry, not far from Trump's event tonight. And he has a town hall earlier. And John Kasich, my guy.
I like John Kasich.
And Carly Fiorina, they're holding town hall meetings today as well.
And you know what's sad? Of course, most of those are on the other side of the state, which we're heading over on. Trump's going to be packed, and the rest of them are going to 4 or 5 people. Well, not too bad, but for the other candidates, it's like you show up and do a house party the same day Trump does, and you're trumped.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
I wonder if he'll fly in his helicopter. Maybe he'll rappel out of the helicopter. Maybe he'll jump out of the helicopter.
You're repelling me right now. But the what is it called? Pinkerton Academy, where Donald Trump will be. It said they only have seating for 800. So when I was talking to one of my connections, the event
only 800.
coordinator,
That's a big crowd.
That is a big crowd. But I had said, what if I have a walking disability and things like that, and I was irritated.
Walking disability.
I broke my heel.
That's one of many. Where do they meet you?
They said, come early, bring chairs, and sit outside and wait to go in. And I was like, I don't think so.
They didn't know who they were talking to, clearly.
No, they didn't. So that's why we will just go right into the media entrance, and
yes,
you will be holding a Cheshire TV camera.
Yes, we will.
Okay, you.
No, me. I'll hold the camera, and you're elbowing our way in.
And I'll do all the talking. Leave it all up to me. Don't worry about it. We'll be good.
Somehow, I don't expect that to be a problem. And I mentioned that I will bring bail money just in case.
That's always a good idea. Cash.
Exactly. So we'll be there. We'll see Jeb Bush tomorrow, and then next week they'll start cycling through and coming to Keene again, and hopefully Joe Biden's back on board, because I met Joe Biden at a couple of bashes back when he ran years back. Mm-hmm. He's funny. He's just a funny guy.
He is funny
to be around.
He's a good guy, and I believe Lindsey Graham will be at a house party in the area here. I think in Spofford on Saturday.
Is that right? It's coming up in Spofford?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It might be in Spofford.
Probably 2 or 3 people at that one.
I'll be there probably.
Yeah, there's one. Maybe I'll go. There's 2. Okay. We're all set.
You're always just looking for the open bar.
Yeah. You know what? Oh, yeah, speaking of that, when I joked about that, well, I kind of funny because a couple of Republicans said, hey, stop picking on us about the parties.
Don't worry, Republicans. I'll take care of him.
Yeah, well, open up a bar.
No.
So they just had bottled water. Mm-hmm. But, I kind of joke because if you go to a Democrat event in somebody's backyard,
it's hummus.
And garden hose. You don't even get bottled water. So,
And Birkenstocks.
Yeah, well, that too, So, to be fair to the Republicans, at least they had bottled water, and the Democrat ones used the garden hose, just like back in the day. You want someone to drink out of the garden hose.
Correct.
So, but when we saw John Kasich up in Peterborough the other day at the Peterborough Country Club,
it was nice.
They had the bar open.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is how you run a presidential event.
This is how
you want to get
do
a crowd.
It.
You want to get a crowd. Some of these candidates are saying we're not getting enough people because of Trump. Say, yeah, I'm going to be in Keene, New Hampshire next week. Oh, by the way, there's an open bar.
Right.
There. Now you've packed the place. Nobody will listen to a darn thing you're saying. But that's okay. You'll draw a crowd. And isn't that what you want to hear on the media? Overflow crowd.
Overflow crowd.
That's why they have meetings in like little.
Just like outside the studio here, they're waiting. No autographs, please.
Back off. Rick, could you tell them to be quiet outside the door, please?
Beep, 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 beep.
It's hard as heck for you and I to get in here during the day. The crowd outside
Throngs
is just so
of people.
big.
Oh.
Trump's helicopter's in the way, trying to talk to us. It's like enough already.
What are we gonna do?
So anyhow, moving on. I'm trying to figure that out. Looks like we have 3 minutes left. Am I correct? Ha! I figured
we have
that.
3 minutes left.
Can you believe that? It's that fast.
Wow.
I actually figured that out. I took 60 divided by 30.
You're rambling today. Get to the point.
Yeah. Anyhow, what did I do yesterday? Oh, yeah, my beautiful wife and my anniversary yesterday. How do you like that?
Yes. How many years?
Quite a few. And
You don't remember.
Oh, I do remember. But you can't say, otherwise she'll kick my butt.
Oh.
See, yeah, exactly. You figured that out now. But I always remember because her anniversary, the birthday, and my son's birthday is all in August. So
That's
You got it
nice.
covered. Then I'm in March, and everybody just forgets anyhow.
Okay.
So we went to Portsmouth just to go over and go to the ocean. It was hot.
Yes.
It was hot. So basically, we walked around for a couple minutes and said, let's get back in the car. It was air conditioned. So we drove up and down the seacoast. Couple of things. We talk about light stuff. What's going on in Keene? Colonial Theater contacted me. They wanted to let me know that it's what they got called a Sam Jam going on. I got a little note right
What's a
here.
Sam Jam?
It's to benefit the Samaritans. It's on August 29th at 6 p.m. It's basically, I guess, some rap jam type groups
Okay.
that are going to come in. Not my exact cup of tea as far as music goes. I haven't been the same since the Beatles broke up. But it's to benefit the Samaritans, August 29th, 6 p.m. So, even if it's not your musical favorite, show up anyhow. It's a good cause. And also coming into Keene is the New England Horseshoe Championships.
Horseshoe?
Horseshoes. September 5th, 6th, and 7th, 300 of the top competitors in the country.
Is that
are
at
gonna be here.
Wheelock Park?
Yep, out at Wheelock Park. And they draw a heck of a crowd. So
A heck of a crowd, and they have excellent hot dogs there.
there you go. And that's why you always show up. It's for the food.
That's right.
And, I haven't played horseshoes for years, but these guys, they should 90 to 100% ringers. That's amazing.
You don't throw shoes, you throw the bull.
Yeah, there you go, the Birkenstocks. So we have a minute and 15 seconds
And
left.
I have some sad news on the Oreo cookie front.
Oh, no.
The manufacturer of Oreo cookies recently announced plans to move production of Oreos from Chicago to Mexico,
Oh, no.
resulting in a loss of 600 jobs. And this is because of the U.S. sugar program. The leading ingredient in Oreos is sugar. Did you know that?
I'm stunned. Really? I thought it was a health food.
So I'm sad about that, but what are you going to do? And Peeps is coming out with something new, and it'll have vanilla frosting on it. Have you ever put a Peep in a microwave? They get huge.
They only come out like at Easter, right? I don't. You know what I heard? They have sugar in them too.
Do they?
All my favorite foods, I'm finding out, aren't good for you. But whatever. What else have we got here? Not a lot, but I got a few other things to talk about. But look at the clock. We got like 25 seconds left. What are we
25
going to do?
seconds left. We're nearing the end of summer.
I know. Isn't that weird? That August is like almost over. I was thinking Memorial Day. Geez, July 4th. July 4th was 7 weeks
And the
ago.
Farmer's Almanac says this winter is even going to be more brutal.
Not after last year. I can't even imagine that.
I'm going back to Florida.
I'm going with you.
Okay.
Okay.
4,
3, 2, 1. See ya.